Alchemy Network. Food Alchemy Network. Take you on life's journey of the body, mind, and soul. Coffee with Ori on Mondays. And Jack Whispers on Thursdays. Dinner time with Dr. D on Fridays. Food Alchemy Network. Body, mind, and soul. Explore. Get in touch with all. Coffee with Ori on Mondays. We are here. We have arrived, my loves. We want to thank you for tuning in August 18, 2021 in the house. We have Ori in the house. Ori in the house. I'm gone.
Well, good afternoon. Good evening, actually, everyone. Happy Monday. And again, I apologize for Monday because I did not have my show on Monday because I had people come from out of town and I was working on, well, I wasn't working on anything. They were working on the throne for my deities, for my rishas, for those who know that I am a Yoruba priest. And for those who don't, this is what it looks like back there. And it's a celebration. And you built like a throne for all of them with beautiful tapestries and stuff that you put over them. And that is to celebrate their birthday of when the initiation process started, which mine is very ancient. So I'm not even going to talk about the date. I'm Ori, and I'm your host. And today's segment is going to be about politics. One of the things that I don't like to talk about is politics, and I do often, but I don't like talking about politics because sometimes when I talk to people about politics, the first thing they say is, this is a conspiracy theory. There's no conspiracy theory. We have to be real. And the reality is this, okay? Sometimes, and I want to go back a little bit, sometimes people may think, whether there's people on this network, whether there's other people that are spiritual, other people that follow me, they may look at me sometimes when I'm talking and they may think that I'm off. I'm a little off. Well, you know what? What the hell? Everybody's off somehow or another. But what I'm not is selfish. Now, I've been going through a lot of things, and it's not a personal thing. I don't want you guys to think that it's a personal vendetta or personal anger or personal problems that I cannot handle. It's a personal thing where I kept hearing voices of people screaming and yelling and crying, and I was emotional and everything just seemed to be topsy-turvy, and I just didn't know exactly what was going on. Okay. And then all of a sudden I wake up and Haiti had another disaster, but I didn't wake up with voices in my head anymore, or screams, or crying, or anything. Why? I knew that there was a disaster coming, just like I know, and I said it the other day, there's going to be war soon. And someone said, why would you say that? This is before the Taliban stuff. Because I know that I smelled gunpowder in the air, and I know how I feel when there's war. The things that you people don't know, well, no, I'm not going to say you people. A lot of people don't know. A lot of you young people don't know that in this country, war brings money. And it also brings fear. And when you become afraid, okay, that is what our government depends on, your fear. So therefore, they constantly play in social media or on TV or the news or whatever, that this stuff is going on in Afghanistan and this stuff is going on in this place and this is going on in this other place. Just like when it was happening in Jerusalem, we played it until you couldn't play it anymore, to the point where I just wanted to throw up. Now, I'm going to put it to this way. This is very gay, but I'm going to put it to you this way. Learn your fabrics, people. Learn your fabrics, okay? Which means what? Learn about the history, okay? About the history. I talked to you the last time about how these people from Europe came into this country, okay? Which I find funny, before we start talking about politics, which I find funny because now all of a sudden these actors are coming out that they don't bathe their children every day, or that they don't bathe every day. And, they believe that, that it makes the skin better. Not when you got a smelly ass, it doesn't make your skin better. I'm sorry. So I don't know, maybe part of your ancestral background, that savagery, is coming out in your pores, literally. So do you want to belong to I Don't Take a Bath Club? Then go right ahead. I don't socialize with dirty people. That's just me. Now, anyway, going back to what I was saying to you, this stuff that's going on, guys, this is not a conspiracy theory. Sometimes, there are many conspiracy theories that are great. You talk about, and we talked about it the last time, which was about a chip, whatever. And I told you exactly what it was. Listen, don't worry about them sticking you with a chip, because at the end of the day, they already are tracking you no matter what. They're tracking your license. They're tracking everything about you. There are a few websites that I was on not too long ago that that you can opt yourself out. Is that the word? Says opt yourself out?
Yes, opt yourself out.
Yeah, you can, because I did it. I did it the other day. I want to say I did it Sunday night about 2 a.m. You can go online. There's like 4 different companies where you can opt yourself out, meaning, excuse me, you can stop the credit card companies from selling your information. You can go into other companies that you probably don't even know that exist, that are actually companies that work with Experian and all these other companies, and they sell your information. So you get all these fake phone calls, and you get all these people, tracking you, and you even get people looking at your credit report, and they don't do hard inquiries, but they do small inquiries, which are not hard inquiries, but they do affect your credit. So, guys, I don't remember what the sites were. I know that they're on here somewhere. I guess on my history. Some of you know my number, so whoever knows my number, if you want it and I can find it, vamos a hablar medio igual. All right now. Wang Hua Tao Long Fia. I can dig that. Anyway, we're all kidding aside. Listen, guys, there's nothing worse than fear, okay? But if you notice, the people who are complaining about the fear of war are always the people that have money, are always the people who have these big industries. But it's a facade. It's a facade. They're not worrying about it. They're worrying about their stocks. And they really have nothing to worry about, because when there's war, there's always money. And the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting screwed. Simple as that. This whole thing with the Taliban, you know what, guys? Look, since the beginning of time, okay, since the beginning of time when these savages came into this country, because it's the only way that I could put it, and I can't even blame them. Okay, so we're gonna have to go even further. When the Roman savagery began, and even further than that, in Egyptian, everybody became a copycat. And it seems as the world got lighter, it became like the lighter you became, the more powerful you are. It really doesn't work, because I know a lot of white trash. So what I'm getting at is this. The media uses us as guinea pigs. The media uses the old. The media uses the illiterate. The media uses people who are on disability or on welfare or are homeless, and they hear things. They hear the people with money talking about what's going on, and they automatically become fearful because they don't get it. So they pass on information that's negative, or it's inconsequential to what is what's really going on. It's not really happening the way that they're saying it. Now, the Taliban, and with all the stuff that's going on, it's not like they didn't have power before. Taliban had power before. People are forgetting the reason we went to war was because Bush said that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iran or in Iraq or wherever it was, and they sent the troops to destroy, when in reality, the reality was that there was a lot of oil, and they went there not to stop nuclear weapons, but to steal oil that they did not want to share. So they took it, because that is what we do. We go to other countries and we create chaos, and then we are bullying. We're bullies. So when other peoples don't hate, when we go to other people's countries and we want to change their dynamic, and then we get pissed off, like, you got all these Karens running around like Muppet babies, screaming at people saying, why don't you go back to your country? Because they're mostly women. It's like, bitch, you've been to our countries and you have eaten our food and have traveled to our countries. Why don't you stay in your own goddamn country and don't visit us? Or don't visit our forefathers? But you don't know how, because you always have to want to do something. You always want to better yourself and be better. You're not better. It doesn't matter if you have money or not. You're no better than anybody else. We're all equal. The plane is equal. Okay? Hi, Deborah Rose. Hello. The playing field is equal. Okay? So at the end of the day, the majority of people that are getting upset with this whole concept is the poor people. Okay? And I'm sorry, but I know that there are people that said that 45 brought in and it was the best time, and that, it was the best time for people of color, and the deficit was good, and that money. Well, I don't know where they get all this reasoning from, but the deficit hasn't been good. Okay. The only time that I can remember that everything was moving well was when Clinton was president. Okay. And he got caught getting in the bowl job. And unfortunately, he actually got impeached, which, I thought it was a prerequisite for people who are in office that are male to that's a special service that they give. That's what I thought for many years. But he got caught. And unfortunately, when you're married to a woman like Hillary, you don't mess around because she scares the crap out of people. Shit, she scares me. She scares the crap out of people. But she got it going on because I like Miss Hillary. Even if she's a little crooked, I like Miss Hillary. Now, back to what I was saying. I've been feeling and I've been saying that there's going to be war. There will be war because it's just a matter of time. Now, the fact that Biden wanted to remove the troops, okay, dudes and dudettes, come on, really? These people have been in Iraq for so long. These people have been doing the most. You know what people are not understanding is what people that never served the military or never had family that served military, you wouldn't know shit. But for the people who have family that have served in this military in this country, like I have had many family members, they come back as a whack job. This country will teach you how to become a savage. It teaches you how to lose your morals and your scruples. And then after you do that and they teach you all this viciousness, they let you go. They set you free. And then you go out and you do all kinds of killings and all kinds of stuff, and then you come back here. Okay? And it wasn't until a lot of white Americans were being affected by this PTSD that the government they started to listen to it, and the VA started doing something. Because in the old days, the VA was known for injecting you with heroin, or not heroin, what do you call that? Morphine. And then you got hooked on morphine, and then you had to go get, heroin because it was similar to morphine or a little bit stronger. Okay. So now you got all these young men, and let me add to these, for these Karens and these, I don't know, Davids or jerk-offs, whatever you want to call them. Excuse my cursing, but hey, it's me and it's my show. So I don't know what the guys are called, but the Karens are really out of control and they want everybody out, but yet, yeah. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to add that hoo-ha. What's her name? What is her name? I talk about her all the time because I really don't like her personality. What's her name? The Jenner chick. The chick with a dick. Anyway. Proof in the pudding.
Kelly Jenner.
Who?
Jenner. Jenner. Jenner.
What's her first name? Caitlyn. Caitlyn was Caitlyn for a long time. Okay. Caitlyn just had breast envy, and now she got breasts. Because she really wanted to be a woman, she will cut that shit out. And she's not going to cut it out because the Kardashians have big breasts. She wanted big breasts too. They look pretty. She wanted to look pretty too. Girl, bye. You ain't pretty. Anyway. We heard it in the news. We heard it. She said it very clear. My friends are leaving. I was in the hangar, and one of the guys that work in the hangar, he's leaving to Arizona because, we're tired of seeing the homeless. Well, you know what? Do something about it. You are a millionaire, just like many of the people that live in California are millionaires. Help the damn poor. They got there because of you. These people didn't become poor because they wanted to be poor. They got there because you guys kept pushing them until you couldn't push them anymore. And I would be willing to bet, I don't know if you're with me with this, Dr. D, but I would be willing to bet that at least 82% of those people that are homeless are vets. I would be willing to bet that. Because in the old days, they didn't do crap for the vets. They sent you home. And most vets became alcoholics and drug addicts. And they were somebody's uncle.
Right.
And they were somebody's father. And they were and a lot of them killed themselves. A lot of them committed suicide.
Yep, yep, yep.
And what's even sad is that because they committed suicide, their families never got their checks,
Yep.
and they were not even buried in a military cemetery. Now, mind you,
Yep.
they served this country. Okay, they served this country and they served it well, and yet because they killed themselves, whatever pensions they had or whatever, their wives never got it because they committed suicide. Well, guess what? They committed suicide because you made them commit suicide. Because when they went to you to tell you that they were feeling bad, all you kept doing was keep giving them drugs to make them go crazy. And you experimented on them. So technically, the experiment on minorities have never stopped. But what they don't say is that the experiments on minorities have been expanded to poor white people. Poor white people. Poor white people are the ones that suffer a lot as well. And they're the ones that are angry. Those are the Karens, the ones that are angry. It's not our fault that you didn't finish high school. It's not our fault that you drink Mountain Dew all day. It's not our fault that you like to suck on the glass pipe. It's not our fault that you like to do crystal meth. That's not our fault. That's not our problem at all. Not even our fault that your white women like black dick. It's not even our fault. That we have nothing to do with that. That is something that came from you guys. You guys did that to yourselves. Wanting the taboo. Always wanting the taboo. Always wanting to do the things that you should not do. And I didn't get off the subject of war. I'm just expressing the things that I've been reading and the things that I've been listening to. Like this gentleman, this Caucasian gentleman talking about, young guy, talking about if he was planning to go to Iraq or one of those countries where the Taliban are now, and that they wouldn't do anything to him. All they're going to do is they're going to export him to Dubai. Why don't you try it? Why don't you be one of those boys that think that you're a good old boy, that because of your pretty good looks and because your parents got a little bit of money, that it is okay for you to go there when technically the United States of America is letting you know that it's not the right place for you to go right now. Hell, you know what? I like Salvadoreño people and people that are from, I have got children that are from Venezuela. But do you see my ass trying to go to Venezuela? I'll go to Cuba. No problem. Never had a problem. But I'm not going to go somewhere where the U.S. government does not want you to go because your life is in danger. So why are you going to play? You're going to play this game and make it public that you're going to go to this country, okay? And because your ass is lily white and you come from a society where your parents got money, you think that the government is going to save your little donkey ass, and they're going to put all these military people to save you because you decided to be a jackass and go to some other country. Dude, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen anymore. People are not going to risk their life just to save one human being. Because the same way that they did, the same way that we, and I say we, the same way we destroyed our towers and we said it was a casualty of war, because that's what we call everything. Every time you lose thousands of people, it's a casualty of war. And they said that they didn't do it, that the Taliban, they did it, Iraq did it, and that's why we went to war. That's not why we went to war. We did it because we needed an excuse to go there to take things that we wanted, which was oil. Why do you think there were so many problems in Venezuela? That same exact thing. But what you didn't realize is that a few years ago, while I was living in New Jersey, the president of Venezuela was actually giving people that had, they were shipping oil to the U.S. to people who had homes and were low income, who needed oil to run their homes. They weren't giving it to the rich, they were giving it to the poor. So at the end of the day, the poor need to start taking care of the poor. To be precisely, the rich need to start being taxed more. They definitely need to, because they tax the shit out of us, and then end up having to pay all these taxes. Why they don't? Why they don't? And another pet peeve that gets me pissed off is these government people. They write me all the damn time. Now, you running for office, it's not my damn business what you're doing. Why you running for office? Save your goddamn money. Go to your people and ask them for money. I'm poor. Don't keep writing me to send you $5 a month or $10 a month, or tell me it's a one-time fee and then start charging me more and it's rotating. Don't do that. And many people on this program, you guys know what I'm talking about. They send you these stupid emails and then you feel bad and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote Democrat. Well, guess what? I ain't voting Democrat no more. I'm going to vote for me and only me. Because the Democrats and the Republicans, they're both dirty. All of them are dirty. They want something and they want to keep doing what they're doing. That's fine. But you know what, guys? You need to stop talking shit. All of you people that are Republicans that are saying and getting pissed off because the government is removing the soldiers from Iraq. Let them come home. They have families. They should be with their damn families. They should be. You know what I'm saying? Why are we fighting the wars? Why are we fighting wars for England? Why are we fighting wars for France? Why are we fighting wars for Israel? Why are we even giving them money to fight their wars when people know that they welcome everybody into the country because it is, quote unquote, where Jesus, okay, and the Messiah, which they killed, that's where he walked by, so people go. But yet they're still racist. The majority of them are still racist. The majority of them really don't care. And I have my mentor that I have to love, because my mentor was like my dad, and he was an amazing man. And he believe me, I'm not talking on my butt. I'm talking about stuff that he taught me and he showed me and he made me understand. And the reality is that you cannot change racism. When you're a racist or you come from racism and you think that your group of people are the best people in the world, and you're the cat's meow, then you know what? You really fucked. You really got a problem, and you really don't understand what's going on in life. Just like you don't understand what's going on right now. Okay, they don't want the Americans to leave because we made a bigger mess. 45, you know what? You lost, bitch. Get over it. Move on. Let this man do his job. But no, you can't do that. You have to be all over the media, and you have to be showing your ass all the time so that people can feel sorry for you. We feel sorry for you already. Bitch, you lost. Goodbye. So, guys, listen. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what you're hearing in the news. Sometimes you need to just shut off the TV and stop listening to this crap. Sometimes you just got to go out there and work. And don't believe the hype that there's no jobs out here. There's plenty of jobs out here. You just got to look for them. A lot of people don't want to work. And then they get mad. And usually the people that don't want to work, especially in Florida, are the Caucasians that don't want to work for $12 an hour. But then you get minorities to go there and work for $12 an hour, and you stole their jobs. Bitch, you don't have a high school diploma. You don't want to clean toilets, but yet you're complaining that people stole your jobs. Really? Really? Look, I'm a reader. Anybody who knows me, I read for a living. And I used to be partners with someone here in West Palm Beach a long time ago. And guess what? I taught her many things, and she betrayed me. At the end of the day, I can read in a paper box outside, and I've done it. Gifts that God give you, they don't go away. And all you people out there, you guys are all been given a gift. God is all that in a bag of chips, and so are the spirits, angels, and guides. They give us the tools, and they give us the ability to do and say and feel what it is. It's enough, and it's tiring for people like me to be made to seem that we are causing mass hysteria because It is a conspiracy. It is no damn conspiracy theory. If you read and you research, you realize that this is not a conspiracy theory. Anytime there's a war, rich people make money, poor people. How many people have died in this country serving this country? Because let's put it on the table. People like me, the first thing they will say, and people like you guys out there that are young that did not serve, the first thing that they'll tell us is that we are not what is the word? Not diplomatic, but that we are not that we have no respect for the flag, that, you know, we don't even care about this country. Well, first of all, who created the damn flag? It wasn't us, you know. I don't, and I made it very clear. I don't carry nobody's flag. Not the Puerto Rican flag, not the Cuban flag, not the American flag, not the gay flag. No flags. No flags. If I'm gonna flag, it's got to be one with my picture on it. No other flag. So wake up, people. Wake up, and if you have people that want to join the service, tell them not to join the service. Don't put your family through that, because you know what? These young people are going to get killed, and they're going to keep serving this country because they want to seem, or they're told, oh, you're American. Yeah, but how many American soldiers that were Black, Hispanic, Chinese, Filipino, Koreans, served, Indians, you know, from all different colors, from Thailand, that were born in this country and served this majestic country that belonged to the Native Americans, didn't belong to you, belonged to the Native Americans, which you never apologized for. They served this country well. Even the Native Americans served this country. Do you see anything talking about the Native Americans serving this country? Do you see any plaques out there with Taino Indians or Puerto Rico, how Puerto Rico served this country? No, they got paper towels thrown at them, which pisses me off on both sides, because if I was in Puerto Rico, I probably would have slapped every one of them that grabbed the paper towel that he threw. Simple as that. Now, again, 45, you lost. Get over it. Move on. Stop taking up the media's time with your nonsense. And if you want to run again, run. If you think you're going to win, then you know what? Good for you. But your ass is retarded too. And you talk about how people are spending money. You spend more money on using these military, these people. You use so much money using these people that the government gives you to protect you when you fly. Okay, and so you had all this people protecting you, but yeah, you like to talk a lot of shit. So see, this is the thing that I don't like about what we do. We're the first ones to talk crap about every country, but yet we want to be protected. You want to walk around with 10, 15 bodyguards because you know they're going to kill your ass if you're by yourself. So stop talking, because you're still protected, but you're paying for your own bodyguard. Or people, let's say people that wear your red hat are protecting you because they know that you're a con, and they know that eventually you will pay for your crimes. Okay? Either you will pay for your crimes either with jail or with your head. One or the other. Some crazy fool out there is going to do it. Don't know who, but look, you can't do things and expect people to walk away and pretend that it didn't happen. You, my friend, I didn't like you when I lived in New Jersey and I was a teenager. I didn't like you then, and I don't like you now. I didn't like you when you were 45, and I didn't see any change, even though people say, oh, he did really good. Yeah, like who? Like that idiot that you had to run HUD, that black gentleman that you gave power to that had no clue what he was doing, and all he was doing was pocketing money. And what about that crazy white lady who's a millionaire, who ran the schools and she wanted to make them private? And what about these other people, like that green lady that's in there always wearing your Trump hat? She's a cuckoo clock. Cuckoo clock. But yet, you're talking about this man getting the troops out. Well, guess what? You were 45. 44 said he was going to get the people out. He didn't get the people out fast enough. His term, you know, a lot of things that he promised that he was going to do, although I liked him, don't get me wrong, I liked him. And I like his wife, and I still like him. But you know what? People are easily pointing the fingers at people. And yes, you're absolutely right. When 45 was in power, 45 did a lot of things, but 45 did a lot of crooked shit, and 45 actually conned a lot of people, paid a lot of people off, and the people who are racist, just like him, they did whatever they want. So if this president, 46, is not doing anything, it's because he's not bribing. He's not bribing legislation or the legislator to do other things. He's taking his sweet time. Now, you got to be a man of your words. If you say that you're going to do this, then you need to keep up on that. If you say that you're going to give stimulus checks on a regular basis, then you need to stick to that. And that whole idea that we're running out of money, well, you know what? If we're running out of money, let's stop giving other countries money. What made us the piggy bank where we have to support every other country? Tell me. We're giving them billions of dollars for what? So they can like us? So they can pat us in the back and say, oh, United States, you're so good. That's a lie, because half the countries don't like us. So why are you giving money to half these countries that don't like us? And you're saying they're allies. No, they're not. You made Jerusalem the capital, and it wasn't. And you moved it. You moved the embassy. So you knew that it was going to be hard for Palestinians, because the reality is that I don't care how rich you are or if you live in Palestine. I have friends that live in Jerusalem, which I also FaceTime with, who are, a couple of them are very, very wealthy, and a couple of them are very poor, and they were in the military. So I'm not going by hearsay. I'm going by the people that I know, that you can, whoever likes to scan, can scan my phone, my computers, and know that these calls are real. So people FaceTime me and give me the tea on what's going on. At the end of the day, people with money and people who are middle class in Jerusalem and Israel, they take people that are the true Jews that come from Ethiopia, and they bring them to their homes as indentured servants, and they become slaves. They're not indentured servants because they're not getting paid. They become slaves, and they get beat, and they get whipped, and they get slapped, and they get their hair cut. They get, they get stabbed. All things happen to them, but you don't hear about that, because Jerusalem the Wonderful, where the Messiah walked, and you killed them. It doesn't matter, guys. The reality is, look at it. War is war. In any generation, from the beginning of time, war has always made allies. War always brings money to the wealthy, not to the poor. This planet of ours is going through a major change. I don't know if you're aware, and we're not off the subject, and I'm not jumping, okay, because I took my damn bipolar medication, so I'm not jumping. I'm exactly where I need to be. This country of ours, when we went on the COVID shutdown, and so did China, the ozone layer healed itself. After years and years and years of having a hole, the ozone layer healed itself, because Mother Nature is fucking fabulous. She can heal herself, and she did. But as American, all of my people and all of my friends, doesn't matter what color, creed, nationality, it doesn't matter. All of you need to educate yourself. War brings money. They're complaining that the deficit needs money. So what are they going to do? They're going to create war. They're going to create something, and they're going to jump in, or either Jerusalem is going to create something, Israel is going to create something. Palestine got bullied, as you remember last time. Palestine got bullied. It says, Dr. D, do you know what part of inside Israel? What is that? Gaza, right? Is it the Gaza Strip? I know you're there, Dr. D.
Hold on, I'm translating. Get the producer a break here. Do you see how fast I'm translating your stuff?
I know you're doing a good job. So listen, what is it? Was it at the Gaza Strip in Israel? I think I'm annoying her. I'm annoying the engineer.
No, you're not annoying me. I said, what did you say about that? I'm sorry. Say it again.
I just wanted to know, is the Gaza Strip inside Israel? It is, right?
Hold on. I'll give you a minute.
The Gaza Strip? I'm trying to see, guys, because I mean, like I said, I have friends that live there. Another reason I know these two guys that are I know four guys, but the two that I know that are middle, well, they're considered being poor. Both their fathers grow weed, so that's how I know them. And I don't smoke weed, but I just know that they do that for a living for the government. Anyway, I think it's the Gaza Strip.
They said, wow, the Palestinians, Israel gave the Gaza Strip to the Palestinians.
Okay, so what is the main? What can you find out? What is the most tourist place in Israel? Shit, I got my own phone. I don't even want. Hold on a second. I can do this.
Come on. Okay. Are you ready? The top 12 in Israel. You ready? Hello?
Yeah. No, we're more.
The dome.
The what?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's the dome. The Dome of the Rock is number one. What else? It's got 12 of them. Come on.
No, like downtown Israel.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv? No. Hold on. Anyway, look, guys, I'm trying to find out what it is, but what I can tell you is this. When they decided to start, because they started to bully the Palestinians not too long ago. The Palestinians started to shoot inside the town, inside the city, where people live. They have money. So then all of a sudden they want to cease fire, and they needed the United States help. But they didn't need the United States help when they were bombing these people, because they're a bunch of shit starters that want to start drama, and then when they need help, then they want the United States to help them. So when Obama chose not to give them money, I would have stuck to that. Not give them money, not help them to fight their wars, because we've been doing it for what? We didn't cause the Holocaust. We did not cause the Holocaust. A lot of you people knew that a lot of people that survived the Holocaust, they were very rich. They went to New York. You knew that the Holocaust was coming. You knew that your own people were going to be in the Holocaust. And you called a lot of those people, whether they were gay or poor, you called them cockroaches and you called them ghetto. So at the end of the day, you knew that it was happening. You paid money to get out of Poland and out of Germany, And you went to New York and you changed your names and you refused to be Jews until after. So where is it our responsibility, okay, to be responsible for what went on over there? That had nothing to do with us. So what? What happened? So at the end of the day, we went there and we helped. We helped the French and we helped the English to help you guys. So don't you think that by us helping you in war, that was enough? But it's not enough. This is why I'm telling you, people, wake up. Something is coming. And I'm telling you, I'm never wrong. When 9/11 was coming, I knew it was coming. And I warned one person. And that person, to this day, is still alive. Inshallah, the person is still alive. So, and the person will never forget, and the person made it very clear to me that he will always keep the tape in the answering machine of when I warned him. But I knew that something was coming. And I kept telling people, something is coming, something is coming. Nobody believed me. And like I said, when Haiti was hit the first time, I knew it was coming. When that tsunami came in Asia, I knew it was coming. When this collapse just happened in Miami, I knew something was happening because I couldn't breathe. And I kept saying to Gilbert, I can't believe what's going on in my heart because my heart feels like it's bleeding. I can't breathe and something is coming. I was emotional, like I said, when I started this. And when this thing happened to Haiti the other day, it broke my heart. But you know what? I stopped hearing the voices. Now I'm hearing cries all over again. Why? But they're distant. So something is moving. But the one thing that what we don't understand is, I'm going to tell you something. This great country of ours is a very amazing country if it's run better. It can be fabulous. But you can't walk around selling property. You own all this land. No, you didn't own any of that land. That land was stolen. None of that land that all of you rich people own, none of that land was yours. None of that land belongs to any of us. That land belonged to the Native Americans. That's their land. You stole, like you always do. You steal. Just like you go to other countries and you spoil the milk. Just like you did in El Salvador, and you create these brigades and you create these terrorists. And after you train them, you know that they're recruiting little boys, and they steal little boys to teach them how to fight, even in Africa. And then you leave. It's just like the English took over Australia and took over Africa. And now, okay, they're Africans, but no, we're not Africans. We're Afrikaans. Why? Because you're white. Africa doesn't belong to you either. Africa does not belong to you. You should be grateful that the African people that came to Europe, okay, the Moors, you should be happy they came to your country and showed you what it was to use soap and what it was to bathe on a regular basis and not once a week or once a month. So my thing is, all these countries that have power, all of them do have a little bit of power. They want, and they automatically are allies. They become allies. Oh, well, this Biden is doing this, so we're going to become this other country's ally. Well, guess what? Kiss my ass and kiss everybody, every American, every decent American human being in this country, kiss our asses. You know why? Because good people serve this country. And unfortunately, the majority of them are middle class and poor. And some of them, a big part of them, they had fathers and they had mothers and they had sisters and they had brothers and they had children. And they're no longer here to see them. A lot of people that don't know about the military, you don't realize that a lot of these people, a lot of these women who are waiting for their husband that served time in Iraq, left Iraq, and they were supposed to be let go, and they were coming home, and they were home for a week, and then they were called to go back to Iraq. They didn't want to serve. They were forced to serve. And then many of those women lost their homes because the government did not send their money to their wives. The government was not. So many people that were middle class or poor lost their homes because of us. Okay? So you guys, I'm telling you this, and mark my word, when it happens, because let me tell you something, we are punks. We are not prepared to fight an inside war. We've never fought one in here, except the North fighting the South. But we've never fought a war in-house. But yet we take wars to their houses, inside their houses, and we create a mess for those families. So you need to wake up, and you need to see what's really happening. And you really need to shut yourself down from TV and stop worrying that the war is going to come and this and that and this and that and the third. Stop making excuses so that you can lose your job, so that you can get more money in unemployment. Stop. Okay, you people who work, who are used to working, work. Okay, don't leave your job because unemployment is paying you more, because in the long run, that more that they're paying you is really not much more. I mean, yes, you get more money, but at the end of the day, the more you make, the more you spend. And when you're getting some money for free, you don't respect it, so you're not going to save it. So all I'm saying is, for all you people who watch me, and for all you people who really care about the validity of this country, the decency of the decent people, the ones who are not racist, the ones who are fighting against racism, the one who live and let live, the ones who are not afraid to stand up and say, you know what, I don't like the way you're treating that person, and I'm going to be there to help that person no matter what. I send you all light and love. But for those who are racist and don't care about anybody but themselves, I send you a shit pie, and I hope you receive it in the mail, because I don't send you light and love. Okay, and it's not being unchristian or it's not being unspiritual. Let me tell you something. The church has done worse. So what I said is reality. It's not conspiracy theory. And I'm going to tell you guys too, because this is ending. So I'm going to tell you, we all know, even though a lot of people are they're like really dense. They don't believe that there's aliens. We all know that aliens exist, okay? But soon, because there's for people who live in New Jersey or New York, I don't even know if you know, there's over 1,000 and 1,200 sightings a year in New Jersey and in between New Jersey and New York waters, by the Statue of Liberty and by and we have in New Jersey, we have nuclear what do you call that? Nuclear reactors in New Jersey and in New York waters. So if you didn't know that, you know it now. But there's always sightings. There's sightings everywhere. And pretty soon the government is going to announce that they are aliens on this planet and that they have modern technology, and but they're not going to tell you that they have alien technology, because they have alien technology and they have alien weapons that they've created of mass destruction. They're not going to say that, because you know why? Because they conquered here. Now they want to go into space and conquer the galaxy, like if they own the galaxy. But guess what? We're going to get an ass whoop, because we're not all that powerful like we say that we are. Now, all of you people out there that are very spiritual, that your intuition is strong, that you can feel things, that you can hear things and see things, you better gravitate to each other, because we will be the ones who will be able to fight and survive, because we will be the stronger beings. So don't give up, and don't get frustrated with your spirituality, and don't, just because you hear you're going to hit the lottery and tomorrow you don't hit the lottery, or 10 years from now you don't hit the lottery, it doesn't mean that you're not going to hit it. Don't give up. Trust in your spirit guides and understand that if you're feeling sick, and if you're feeling where you're hearing noises and you're hearing all these things happening, it's a different level, and it's a galaxy or a dimension that is trying to make us aware, and it's happening to only the spiritual people are having the awakening. So don't and your children that are being born awakened and being born and growing really fast and being smart. Now I leave you with this, okay? I leave you with this because this is my personal mantra, and it's Psalm 27, which I say this every single day. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And my answer is no one, Lord, because I am the son of the most highest God. So you people need to hang on to that and understand that everything that's going on, this is like Telemundo, like telenovela. They want you to believe the hype because they want to scare you. Because the more they scare you, the more you fall into their trap and they can destroy you. Think about that for a change. If anybody has any question, please say it now or ask it now or write it now before I leave.
Well, I was going to let you know what you're talking about is called reversed galactic technology.
There you go.
Reverse.
You know
That's
Dr.
how
D.
we get some of the stuff. The thing is that we talk about the Philadelphia experiment. I'm gonna type all of that in there for you guys to look it up. But like I said, I'm so busy going in three different languages.
Oh yeah, by the way, she's speaking 3 languages now. Pretty soon she's gonna be speaking 5. So then you'll really be in trouble.
So we're going to do that. So it's reverse technology that we have, but also the Philadelphia experiment. And there's 2 Philadelphia experiments people don't know about. The one is where the ship disappeared in the ocean and Navy. I am a Navy veteran. So we don't talk about that. So that's something that we need to look at. And then there's experiments of them really starting it in a building. There are certain children that were born like President Obama, the Bush family. They went back and they went in time. There's some pictures that are back in photos of other people holding cell phones from this time, but they were really not cell phones as we see them today. These are things that we know about and have known about from other, like I said, galactic. Y'all think Roswell is not very well put together. Roswell was a sighting, but that wasn't the first sighting in the 1940s. If y'all remember that show back in the 40s, what was it, Orswell? They used to do the TV, the radio thing. That's before they started having sightings. They had sightings. We've been having sightings of other galactic beings that's been on this planet since this planet has evolved. This planet is older than we know, and this is not the first human race that we know about. Y'all think it's new. Y'all talk about cavemen. Yes, there were some cavemanic people, and that's because they chose not to evolve. And also, my friend would say it's because of their recessive gene. So there's other things that we need to look at prior to that, but there's other things like besides what is it? Let me think of those people. The Lanteans, the Lemurians, they were on this planet and they're also real. If you look at the bottom of the ocean and the Kemetic people, the Hopi people, and the Dogon tribe, they know about that because they visit, they give different symbols, the earth. There's signs that's all over, even in fossils. They're older. Human race has been older than dinosaurs. So what we're saying and discovering, there was other galactic beings. Y'all thinking something new. If y'all look at the picture, you remember the picture of Jesus sitting down with the apostles? Did you look at that? What do you see when you look up in the sky on that
It looks like a spaceship.
Hello. How many centuries, how many years did that go by before somebody did that?
Well, look, it made it very clear that they were giants that were here. Yep. And there were people that had wings, and you know what? Every single thing that has been mentioned in scriptures has really been real. So I think there are scriptures that are older than the Bible. But of course, the Catholic Church does not want that revealed because, God forbid, if it comes to a head and people get to think for themselves, what happens to the Catholic Church?
It
What
gets
happens to
destroyed.
any religion? They'll automatically say you're a heathen. You don't believe in God. You don't have
Well,
to go to church or a temple to believe in God. You just have to know there's an existence that is higher than you, that you can call it Father God or Mother God, Father, Mother God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Just understand that Dr. D is absolutely right. Everyone who has gotten the DNA check, we are a mixture of many things. And some of us, yes, we come from Africa. Basically, all of us have a gene that comes from sub-Saharan African. Some may
mhm.
have 2%, 3%, but we also have a gene that is undetected.
Or
So what is
some
that
have
undetected gene? You know,
some
I
have
know.
more. Some have more because some are hybrids. But
Hmm.
we're not going to talk about that. You know, that's what I'm saying. We don't want to talk about that. That's the hidden fact and everything that is here. Like I said, the planet, your abilities, the things and how you communicate. Somehow, how come some people can actually control weather? Or we know somebody that can control weather. I'm not going to mention no names, but
Hmm.
but there are certain people that just have this ability to have what is it? Telekinesis,
Hmm.
telekinesis. Also, before train of thought, sending thoughts into people. Like you were feeling bad, and I was telling you I was feeling bad, but I didn't know what was going on. See, I get stuff, and I just don't know. So I'll tell people, and then I say, "Oh, you're doing blah blah blah," or this or da da da. I'm a spiritualist, and that's what I'm gonna say. I am spiritual and spiritual in nature. I don't.
You're a spiritual being.
Right.
You know, just like I'm a spiritual being. Every time my mother has a pain, I get the pain. I call her, you're in pain, right? And she's like, yeah, how'd you know? And then 5 minutes later, she stops the pain and my pain stops. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I love you, baby, love you, but that's enough, please. Okay, I want to get off this damn roller coaster. I don't want to go on it. But guys, soon you're gonna start hearing about these aliens, and you're probably gonna start seeing them, and you're probably gonna read about it or see it in Facebook all the time. Don't be surprised because it's not something that just happened. It's been happening for a long time. The government can't control it anymore. That's the
Right.
problem. So because they can't control it, they have to expose it. But they have to expose it as if I just found out that they were here and maybe they want war. I don't think they want to open up that can of worm.
Well, the thing is that the government has to release these files because I forgot somebody filed the file about sightings. There was a sighting a couple of years ago, 2016, that a governor actually seen some uh, alien craft and they shut her down. People don't probably remember that. She was all in the news and was talking about it. They shut her down and how the lights and the Mexican government has been good about explaining different countries. Russia has always been about it. That's how they got the technology. They don't lie about it. They talk about
Neither does Germany. Neither does
right.
Germany.
Right. They talk about the information they get. They know, and the symbols that you see, like the SWAT sticker, it's really not a SWAT sticker. It's a symbolism that's used the wrong way. They use that purposely to make you hate the SWAT sticker. And if you look at it, they would coincide with Namaste and other different religions. These are
Well,
all symbols.
it is, honey. But the thing was, they took that whole thing, right,
Mhm,
and they turned it around because the swastika goes down, and
mhm.
the one for China, the Buddhists go up.
Right.
Just
So,
look at the fingers. So they look. We have symbols everywhere. We have
yep,
symbols in cornfields, and we've been having them for a long time. But of course,
yep.
anytime. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for something on the floor. Anytime that this government gets an opportunity to say that it's not what we think, they do, and they try to shame us. Don't be ashamed. They can
Mhm.
say that I'm cuckoo, and you know what? They can probably prove that according to them, I'm cuckoo because I hear things and I see things. Well, guess what? I've always seen and heard things, and I know when something is coming. So, guys, prepare yourself because some shit is coming, and you better be prepared because if you're not prepared, I
Mhm.
feel bad for you. But don't let anything psych you out. And if you have a weird dream, don't think that it's a weird dream. Look at a dream book, go online and try to decipher what the dream means, bit by bit. And if you don't understand it, call me or call Dr. D. We'll explain it to you. But I love you guys. I send you nothing but light and love. And for you that don't like me and I don't like you, I send you cacas. So I will talk to you guys on Monday.
Oh, gosh.
Much love and light.
All right, loves and ladies, we are going to go to a commercial. Oh, for you guys out there, if you like what you see, we want to say on YouTube, please subscribe to Food Alchemy Network. Please, on Twitch, we want you to subscribe to Dr. D Med Physician so you can see our shows on Periscope, drdmedphysician.com, and on Facebook is Dr. Cicely D'Angelo, PhD. We're going to start doing a tree link, and we're going to have all these things good and according so you can go to. And don't forget to sign up on Spotify for Food Alchemy Network, where you can hear the shows and view them and repeat it all the time, as well as podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. We are just virtual. We are virtual on the internet with our videos, and we're virtual on the radio. So I hope you enjoy tonight's special show with Intuitive Life Coach. I am not the host. I am just the operator of Food Alchemy Network. So I hope
I'm the engineer at times.
I'm the boss. I boss people around.
He's the boss. She's the boss. And she translates in 3 languages so far. Pretty soon 5.
We're working on it. It's in progress. So for everybody, the next show we will be having is on Thursday, which is tomorrow. We will be doing Angelic Whispers with Dr. Ron Bates. Please stay tuned. We look forward to working with you. I want to say toodles, ciao, aho, namaste, and all that good stuff. And also remember to meditate at least 15 minutes a day. If you got to take a 5-minute meditation here or there, it opens your mind and make connection much easier in life. Much love.
Yes, it does. And everybody, shukra, which means thank you.
Ah, there you go. You got another one in.